In the last several months, hundreds if not thousands of people have been moving from California to Texas. From comedians like Joe Rogan to actors like Matthew McConaughey, it seems like California is driving everybody away. Even Elon Musk himself had enough with California and announced his departure by tweeting, quote, "Frankly, this is the final straw. Tesla will now move its HQ and future programs to Texas/Nevada immediately." It's not only California's wildfires or extremely high taxes that are turning people off, because on this video, we're going to cover why Texas is undoubtedly better than California, or for any state for that matter. Cost of living. This one is an obvious one. If you're willing to abandon California with its vegan food and surfer dudes for the Lone Star State with its barbecue joints and cowboys, you're going to get more bang for your buck. A 2019 survey showed that 53% of Californians were actually considering moving out of state because of the high cost of living. California is about 20 to 30% more expensive than Texas, depending on who does the math. And honestly, I can't do math. We're talking about everything from childcare to groceries, and even that weird-looking gym set that you bought 4 New Years ago, promising yourself that this is my year. Do you know how much land you could buy in Texas for $250,000? Well, do you? Well, me either, because I've honestly got no idea how to buy land, but apparently you can actually buy a lot more of it in Texas than in California. Buying land in and of itself has been a thing for thousands of years, and yet I've never done it. I know how to buy donuts, though. Taxes. California's state income tax is the highest in the country, while Texas has none. They don't just do that over there, but wait, there's a catch. Turns out that because there's no state income tax, they gotta compensate with other types of taxes. If you don't become an adult, you're probably thinking, what? There's other types of taxes? How does that work? And if that's the case, I'm so sorry. Texas has more property taxes, which is a type of tax that you pay when you own the place where you live. It also has higher sales taxes and even selective taxes on things such as cigarettes and liquor. But this is about why Texas is better than California, so let's just ignore all that and stick to our confirmation bias. Stronger economy. There's a reason that so many companies are moving to Texas. I mean, seriously, there's lots of reasons, because as we've already established, Texas is just super cool. But one of these reasons is that Texas is often considered to be one of the best states for business, with entrepreneurs enjoying very low tax rates. One company that moved to the Lone Star State is Tesla, whose CEO, Elon Musk, is basically buying an entire city for his employees. Texas has more Fortune 500 companies than any other state, with 64 in comparison to California's 51. At the beginning of this year, the unemployment rate was 6.8% in Texas and 8.5% in California. Less drug problems. Meth was popularized with the show Breaking Bad. Well, hopefully not popularized per se, but it was brought to people's attention nonetheless. It's always been popular. I mean, seriously, it's meth. Have you seen people on meth? Of course it's popular, but seriously, don't do it. But even if you do insist on trying it, apparently California is the place to go. It's not just meth though, it's honestly all kinds of drugs. California suffers from 15 drug overdoses per 100,000 people, and while the number is around 10 for Texas. In either case, a lot of these deaths are actually the prescription drugs. Kind of hard to include that on this list now that I think about it, but I mean, Texas is better in this regard. You're also more than likely to go to jail for drug possession in Texas than you are in California, which is a good or bad thing depending on your stance on this. Better, cleaner air. Sure, Texas is known for its oil industry, so I'm not going to pretend that it's a totally green state or anything like that, but California is home to 6 of the 10 most polluted metropolitan areas. The only Texas city on the list in the top 10 of the most polluted areas is El Paso, and it sits at number 9. Maybe you don't care about quality of air though. I'm not going to tell you how to breathe, but even if I did, I would tell you to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And do it in Texas. Air quality is important enough. Try living in a big space like Beijing, China. They literally wear masks before it was cool. Your lungs are supposed to breathe in oxygen, not weird chemicals and stuff. By the way, I say weird chemicals and stuff because I'm not actually quite sure what the difference between air quality is. Friendlier people. I'm not sure this is a specific scientific claim, but hey, it needs to be. Just go out there and see for yourself. Sure, there's the expression bless your soul, which is kind of the most condescending thing anybody could say to you, but other than their subtle passive aggressiveness, Texans are known to be some of the friendliest people in the country. Okay, Californians are also known for their friendliness, but there's just, I don't know, something about that Texas accent that when a woman talks to you, it just feels like she's your new mom and she's about to bake you an apple pie. Or is that just me? Maybe I've got some mother issues. It's safer. Okay, honestly, Texas doesn't score that well crime-wise. Like, trust me, it gets rough. You'd think there wouldn't be that much crime because of how friendly people are supposed to be, but I guess you can still stab somebody with a smile on your face. Texas has a violent crime rate slightly higher than the national average, and it has the second highest murder rate, but hey, the highest is California, which also has a higher violent crime rate and a very high amount of car theft for some reason. We could also stop driving cars, but hey, this is America, not some island in Finland or something. Crime isn't the only factor though, as California has earthquakes, forest fires, and a billion other natural disasters, which really sucks if you decide to move there or something. The climate. Texas is the second largest state, with California being the third. So naturally, both states will have different types of climate within their own borders. But most of Texas has a subtropical climate, and the average summer temperature is around 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which, if you're from outside of the US, too bad. I'm not going to make the conversation. Texas also has beaches, and in the summer, the coast is actually warmer than California. And as I stated earlier, it's way less likely to have forest fires that kill cute animals. Unfortunately, Texans will kill cute animals when they go hunting. As for the winter, it's usually pretty mild and not snowy. I say usually because, holy crap, the winter of 2021 was intense. Not a good time to convince people that Texas is better than California. Better cities. In rankings of best American cities to live in, Texas does tend to lead with the most cities on this list. And Austin, the live music capital of the world, is regularly ranked as the best city to live in, partially because of the good economic conditions, quality of schools, and large tech companies. In 2021, the Woodlands actually ranked number 2 in the country for the best cities to raise a family, and the city of Plano was number 8. I know, some of you might be thinking, well, I don't want to raise a family, that sounds horrible. And look, I get it, but you'd be surprised what you end up doing as you get older. I don't want to scare you, but hey, that's just what happens. The food. Yes, the food. You will need some of it to feed your family. Okay, this might be a controversial take on things, but I don't care if it's going to shock you or not. I'm here to speak my truth. You think I got into this business to please people? Nah, not even close. According to the website Thrillist, which I have just decided is a reputable source for the purpose of the argument, the best state to get food is actually in Texas. This is due to the diverse immigrant population, which is always a good recipe for great food, but also their world-famous barbecue joints, Tex-Mex, and significant food truck culture. To be fair, California is number 2 on this list, so they've kind of got some strong competition.